So speaking of the photos, you've
Yep,
turned all of these photos into NFTs. Is that correct?
I did. Yeah. So the NFT side of things was something that I, we planned the project for walking. I had no conception of what an NFT was. I didn't have any intention of doing anything like that. But I got roped into a separate pixel art NFT project in May of 2021, right as the project was nearing its climax. And basically, we rolled off the walking project and then just kind of I rolled into this NFT ecosystem. And as an artist that has done all these different things, as I mentioned earlier, the music, the movies, the mixed media, etc., it really spoke to me as a medium because NFTs contain all of those things. So I really don't anticipate that I don't think bagels are my stopping point. Like, I love bagels. I will kind of keep it as part of my artistic profile moving forward. But like, we might do another walking project. We might pivot back to movies. Maybe I'll go back into video games. I don't really know. But ultimately, this NFT container can handle pretty much anything that I'm going to do moving forward. And it gives an opportunity to have a through line for everything I'm doing. So that's one of the really captivating points for NFTs for me. And then as far as how I employed it in this project, what I'm looking to kind of have as a dialogue with the NFTs is what exactly do reviews look like in the future, in the next few years, you know? So we were just talking about Google, you know, and like how that one store had a 4.2 or something. And Google, you know, aggregates all those reviews from people that are providing that labor for basically nothing. You know, I mean, there are a few people who are industrious enough. I mean, basically, I'm talking like us, like a very select few amount of people that could potentially go to a bunch of stores, you know, chalk up the reviews, get a little number next to their name saying how many they've reviewed, and then use that to maybe talk to a publication and be like, hey, look, I'm a professional or I'm an expert in this area. Why don't you hire me to do something? So like that's a tremendous amount of effort for like a very small potential of payoff. With this NFT side of things, it's possible that maybe people could do something like what I'm doing now, where they review all the ramen in New York City or all the sushi in San Francisco or something, and create a little subjective universe of what that is, and then offer those reviews as NFTs and in a way fund their work at a level that they never would have had an option to previously. So yeah, I don't know if what I'm doing is kind of the final version. In fact, I know it's not. It's like definitely too artistic slanted to be what it is. But like maybe in the future, either Yelp or Yelp's, you know, next generation, whatever that is, has it set up so that people can review it and then make an NFT of it and potentially recoup some of their labor and derive some value in that way.
That's a really fascinating paradigm. Like, I would love to see that happen. And yeah, hopefully Web 3.0 or whatever they're calling it includes some version of kind of community-based reviews where the reviewers are getting compensated for all the hard work that they're doing, going around and, you know, sharing their knowledge and expertise with everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the way that the past 20 years have gone in terms of like the internet and web space, you know, you think about the .com era and like there were all these companies, right, that were providing tremendous value to us, the users. And they were doing this all on spec, you know, like in the hopes that like the stock markets would pick up their companies and they would be able to basically backfill all of the money that they put in to trying to make something take off, right? So that happened for a number of years. And then at a certain point, those companies started trying to figure out how to monetize what they were doing. And they fell on the idea of our data, which, and I don't even say that in a negative way, just like the idea like I give a review, that is a version of data. Or, you know, they track what our search habits are, and then they provide ads to us. And so that gradually, it came from like all of these services were being provided to us and the company wasn't getting anything. And then it started evening out. And now we're at where we are right now, where we are providing a tremendous amount of value to these companies, but not really getting a ton of value in return. And what I think could potentially happen with the NFT side of things, not just for bagels, but for everything, is that it can start to change the conversation and really bring value back to the users in the internet space.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you this, definitely a little different conversation than we are used to, and not in a bad way at all. I'm kind of blown a little bit, you know, how you taking this small of a project and it's just like kind of just like fell into your lap in terms of pairing up with your walking one, and now all of a sudden like it's kind of just spiraling into this way bigger thing, and it's pretty great to see.